Hello, everybody. I am back with Chris from Warcradle for our next expansion for the Global Gunslinger League, our Wild West Exodus slow grow. And this time, Chris, I've got to say thank you very much right now for this, because I'm very grateful to have something like this in my force. This time, we're adding the Union Pacifier squad, and these guys. Hello, I like how this looks.
This week's all about firepower.
So get two of these guys in a unit, and they have frag launchers. So what exactly are these guys doing to bring to the tabletop, Chris?
Well, just destruction and death and chaos, and these are blast weapons with a rate of attack 2. So each one's laying down 2 blast templates. And there's just lots of bits of body parts flying everywhere. It's got a decent pierce on the weapon. They've got a good range. They're resilient. They've got high grit with hardy. So these breastplates that they've got deflect bullets quite well. And yeah, they're just nice at laying down some fire. They've got good aim, so you should be able to get most of those shots in. But even if they don't, they're blast weapons, so they're just going to deviate anyway. So there's a good chance you're still going to hit whatever you're firing at. So concentrate these on enemy units, and you'll get the desired result.
So the big thing for me is, so you've got the weapon with the blast template. Now, I think this is the first time we've seen blast weaponry in the slow grow from what we've been building from my side. So whenever you're firing a blast weapon, is there deviation or anything like that, or is it just it goes where you want so long as you hit?
As long as you hit, it goes where you want. If you miss, it'll scatter. And so you roll a d10, and whatever way the dice is facing, because the top's an arrow, it goes that d5 inches in that, d5 inches in that direction. So, if you roll a low number, there's a good chance you're still going to catch whatever you were trying to hit in the blast.
And being able to chuck out 4 a turn is quite hefty. These guys I might set as bodyguards for Mr. Hopkins. Anything that comes nearby, it's just like no, and just more of that board denial that I was talking about.
Yeah, it's a good idea, not a bad idea at all. It's quite an expensive bodyguard, because they're 7 points each, so 14 points of sitting back not doing a lot, because Bernard Hopkins outranges them by 5 inches. So they might not be able to reach whatever you're firing at. So I don't know, give it a whirl, see how it works out.
Well, my thinking is it's one of those things. I know as soon as that stuff is getting inside that range, I can either have these guys begin to move out to try and catch whatever is like firing at me from long range, or I can just ignore them with Hopkins, allow him to do his own thing, and just let stuff come closer. Just fine. You want to walk into the rain of death? Let's go.
Now, there's one slight drawback to these guys. The weapons are heavy, which means they can't move and shoot in the same turn. So you've got to think about how that's going to work out for them. So there are certain things you can do in advance. You can position them correctly. You can make the most of things like going on the lookout and other bits like that. But it can be tricky if your enemy plays it well enough to stay out of line of sight, which means you can't move around the side of the building and then shoot. So it does pose some difficulties, but if you can get that shot lined up, you're going to cause some chaos.
That, and one thing that's on the weapon as well is shred. Now, we've mentioned it before. I don't know if we've went into detail about it. What exactly does shred do for a new player?
Shred will remove any hit modifiers to shooting. So for obstacles. So basically, any obstacle that's in the way is a -1 to hit, -1 to your aim. But with shred, the bullets, whatever the thing is, just go straight through. So they're just going to rip through all of that. The grenades will go straight through the barrels or boxes or fences or walls that you're hiding behind and hit their target. So that's quite a nice ability to have, quite a nice quality to have on a weapon.
Mm-hmm. No, it sounds very good. And it seems like a really straightforward unit. You're not adding like tons of extra new things. Fine, you've got that new blast mechanic that's coming in now, but that sounds really straightforward to figure out for the mechanics of the game. What's Jerry getting?
Well, he's getting gun dogs.
Ooh.
They are, base stat lines aren't as good as the pacifiers, but they're each mounted with a Gatling gun. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I know Gatling guns. I know them very well from previous games, and it's just like,
yeah,
gun was.
So yeah, you've got to watch out for them. But again, they can be slightly easier to take off the table than these pacifiers.
Yeah, and so the gun dogs, are they like super quick? Would they be able to like flank these guys pretty quickly?
They're not that quick, no, because they are, they're heavy and equipped. They're bigger. They need to be stronger to carry the guns and to be able to use them. So they're not particularly fast. Slightly faster than these guys, but yeah, they're not going to be blurring around the battlefield at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. No, see, I think the gun dogs might be a target for my ranged Tesla bots. Send those after them to take care of them is at least what I'm beginning to think. We'll see how it plays out like in games and stuff. Because who knows? I might make the one mistake that I always make in every game. I get kill hungry. And if you're a new player out there, getting kill hungry is a bad idea. Remember your objectives.
Yeah, definitely.
Although I have to wonder, so for these guys, you can have a unit of up to what, 4 of these, if memory serves, yeah?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So if you do go deep with these and go for like the full 4-man unit, that's 8 templates you're dropping a turn?
Yeah, that can cause some serious damage.
Yeah, so it's really a question of what do you want to add, where do you want to invest those points to get those abilities now? Now that everyone, I hope, is starting to get familiar with the game and actually learning those main mechanics and following along. And I'm really curious to see how some people are gonna, some people are gonna build in parallel to myself and Jerry and say, okay, this is good, this leads me really nicely. Other folks are gonna go, yeah, no. I'm gonna forget, the other, 14 points somewhere in the list because I want more of this. So I'm really curious to see what people are building. You yourself, Chris, you think these are a good add for the force at this point? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they are, like I said, they're tough. They're difficult to move off the battlefield, and they can do some serious damage. So, they're two big ticks in the boxes for what you want in any unit. And not only that, but the miniatures look great. They're really nice.
Yeah, and now I will say they are resin ones, so if you're a new player building resin for the first time, you're going to want to give it a bit of a wash in some warm soapy water to start with. Just take an old toothbrush, give them a little scrub, dry them off nicely, and then grab yourself some super glue. But I've never had a problem with any of the Warcradle resin. The super glue just sticks and stays, and I have never glued myself to myself, I swear.
Yeah, I know that's a lie.
Of course it is. Everybody has done it. Right. Well, everybody, I tell you what, drop your comments in below. What do you think of this new addition to the forces? If you have any tips for like working with resin and stuff that you think a new player might really want to know, or that it's something that's, really obvious to a veteran player, but it's just one of those things that wouldn't really tick with a new player and you want to drop it in for them, make sure and drop it below. Myself and Chris will move on here. We'll see you again soon. Join the Global Gunslinger League and track your progress in the OnTableTop project system for your chance to win one of 2 Wild West Exodus bundles. See the link in the description for more details.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.